tariffs. Ajay Sahai, Director General and CEO and President of CEO of Federation of Indian Export Organization joins us now. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Is there a genuine fear now coming for sectors like apparel, pharma, and also gems and jewelry that higher tariffs could come from the new Trump administration?
No, I don't think there is such fear right now in the mind of the industry. We all know that Mr. Trump is a transactional man, and therefore there has to be a policy of give and take. So we have to decide what he's asking for, whether that's something which India can concede. And if we are in position to reciprocate, I am not expecting much tariff to come on India.
Could there be a situation where tariffs comes on India and China, both the Chinese tariff could be higher than India, so on the margin India could actually benefit, at least in the area of apparel?
As per his speech during the election rally, he has said that he will be imposing a tariff of 60% on China and 10 to 20% all other partner countries. If that is the situation in sectors where we have the capability, definitely market will move away from China. It may come to India, it may come to any other partner countries as well. So the chances of that happening are little higher. Secondly, we also feel that China plus one policy of US companies will get further acceleration. And with that happening, a lot of business and investment in any case will flow with coming of Mr. Trump at the helm of affair.
Specifically in apparel, India is not competing with China, it is competing with Bangladesh and Vietnam. Could you tell us that what really are the tariffs there? Are the advantages which these countries are enjoying, especially Vietnam and Bangladesh? Could that change and what it means for India?
In fact, I'm expecting that in respect of Vietnam, where a lot of Chinese investment has flown, he may come with a regime where that any company, whether it's located in China or outside China, if it is in Chinese investment, probably a higher tariff will come on that. And that will apply to a lot of investment which has gone into Vietnam. For Bangladesh, Bangladesh will continue to have the LDC status, but we have to see how Bangladesh accede to the US demand of giving them a right in the nearby island. That may come as a kind of quid pro quo between Bangladesh and the USA, but all our things are based on the assumption that he behaves in the same way as he did in the first presidency. Things may change now, but what we are sure that he is basically a businessman, and therefore a give and take policy has to be adopted by all the countries.
Let's try and get a pulse on what really is happening with the gems and jewelry market, because that's one of the largest exports to the US, Mr. Sahai, and whether anything changes there at all.
So, but gem and jewelry sector has taken a hit with the coming of the lab-grown diamond, and the demand has also been hit there. I don't expect that with Mr. Trump coming in, he will be imposing higher tariff on diamonds. I also don't feel that he will be imposing the tariff across the board, because he has to contain the inflation in US also. So there may be certain sectors where he want to strengthen manufacturing in US, and there to provide greater protection, he may be increasing higher tariffs. So I will not subscribe to the view that he will put tariff across all the sectors on China or rest of the country. He will be choosing his sector carefully, where he want to attract investment or he wants to go for huge manufacturing. Probably in those sectors, he may put higher tariff, he may provide greater tax concession to the companies. But looking into the high inflation, I'm ruling out the possibility of across the board tariff increase.
Experience of the last Republican regime, I'm talking about 2016 to 2020. I mean, were there extraordinary changes which were done in terms of tariff? Because today we are talking about it, and I think we were talking about it in 2016-17 also. The reality was very different.
No, definitely. I think not only Mr. Trump will be a change man, India is also a change country in last 4 years or so. We have got much economic prowess. We are now considered as important partner. We'll be playing a key role in number of strategic moves which US will be making. And therefore, I think that the situation has changed. But what we know that Mr. Trump will not go by the WTO rules. So he will not be increasing the tariff on MFN basis. He will be choosing the country to impose the tariff. And that's why people are talking about a very high tariff on China. And there may be tariff on other countries. What I as of now, I'm not expecting that tariffs will be across the board. So there will be a selective basket. There also we can negotiate. He has already made a case for a very high tariff on Harley Davidson. The market for the Harley Davidson is limited. We can consider in reducing the tariff on that as a quid pro quo for getting more market access for some of the Indian products.
What will gain? Everything has a pro and a con, everything has a give and a take. We're talking about tariffs, we're talking about, feasibility challenges which could come if tariffs are imposed for Indian exporters. But there would be one pretty side also. What will gain if tariffs are imposed?
No, in fact, if tariffs are imposed, probably we will be gaining a lot of business which will move out of China on the assumption there will be substantially higher tariff on China as compared to India or any other country. So that's the business which will come. Secondly, with the kind of psyche in the US, companies will be reluctant to place order even on a product where the tariff is not in position, because by the time goods arrive, the tariff may be in place. So that kind of uncertainty will also drive the business away from China. Much of that business may come to India also. Secondly, I feel that except in some of the manufacturing sector where the investment may not flow, rest of the investment will continue to flow from US to India, because the growth of the story of India is intact, and even during the Mr. Trump regime, it will remain so.
Okay, Mr. Sahai, great to have you on the show. Thank you so much for joining in with your perspective as to what a Trump victory could mean for Indian exports.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.